Top 10 Stunning Volcanoes Around the World. Number 10. Mount Teide, Tenerife, Canary Islands, Spain. Break yourself into volcanic tourism slowly by visiting Mount Teide on the Canarian island of Tenerife. Even though it's classed as an active volcano, it's minus the flowing lava, which means it's quite a safe place to start. That said, Mount Teide is Spain's highest peak, and even though there is a cable car which will carry you most of the way up, if you want to view the cauldron, it requires a further, quite strenuous, 3-hour hike from the cable car station to reach the summit. This volcano was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2007 for being so geologically diverse it's unique. Last eruption, 1909. Height, 3,178 meters. Number 9. Mount Etna, Catania, Sicily, Italy. As far as volcanoes go, Mount Etna has got a lot going for it. Not only is it still active, but it's also the most active in the world, the biggest in Europe, and easily outdoes Italy's other 2 active volcanoes in size. Yes, it's a pretty volatile mountain which erupts on a regular basis and occasionally blows smoke rings for extra dramatic effect. Mount Etna may currently be the highest in Europe. Every time it blows its top, it loses formation and becomes shorter. Last eruption, 2017, with ongoing rumblings. Height, 3,329 meters. Number 8. Sakurajima, Kyushu, Japan. Sakurajima may look like an inoffensive mound of rock seen from a distance as you sail into Kagoshima Bay. It's not. It's a volcanic exhibitionist which shoots plumes of ash and smoke 16,000 feet up into the air, and that's on one of its quieter days. Sakurajima's constant activity showers the surrounding countryside with a layer of ash as thick as a blanket. It's a volcano that likes to rumble and has been doing it since 1955 to the present day. Last eruption, 2018. Height, 1,117 meters. Number 7. Whakaari/White Island, Bay of Plenty, New Zealand. Landscapes don't get much more primitive than they are in New Zealand, and if you visit Whakaari/White Island, you'll feel as if you've arrived in the land that time forgot. White Island, which is just the tip of the volcano, the rest is out of sight submerged beneath the sea, is comparable to a witch's cauldron. Yes, it does a lot of hissing, bubbling and spitting venom. There's a lake of acid, boiling mud, thermal streams and an abundance of stinking sulfur which turns the ground orange and yellow. Last eruption, 2017. Height, 321 meters. Number 6. Mount Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro National Park, Tanzania. Mount Kilimanjaro is the sleeping giant of all volcanoes. It's not just the tallest volcano in Africa, it's Africa's highest mountain too, and that's a fact that attracts as many mountain climbers as volcano tourists. Don't expect to see any volcanic activity at Mount Kilimanjaro. Of its 3 cones, 2 are extinct and the other is dormant and hasn't woken up or coughed out smoke for over 150,000 years. Mount Kilimanjaro is one of the most picturesque volcanoes on the planet. Last eruption, between 150,000 to 200,000 years ago. Height, 4,900 meters. Number 5. Kelimutu Volcano, Flores Island, Indonesia. The Kelimutu volcano on the Flores Island in Indonesia is a volcano with a very distinct difference. While it does have 3 cones in common with many of the world's other volcanoes, Kelimutus are not spitting fire and brimstone. Instead, they're filled with beautifully colored lakes which change from stunning glacial blue to green to muddy red to black depending on the volcanic action going on beneath them. Last eruption, 1968. Height, 1,639 meters. Eyjafjallajökull, South Iceland, Iceland. The Eyjafjallajökull in Sutherland is a pretty chilled out volcano. It's so chilled in fact, it's frozen over. While it is still classed as active, with the last major eruption being in 2010, it's not hot enough to melt the glacial ice cap which covers it. Eyjafjallajökull is not a standalone volcano, but one of a chain which stretches across the Icelandic landscape. At first glance, it may seem unpretentious as far as volcano goes, but don't be deceived. The last time it erupted, it caused absolute chaos when the plumes of smoke and ash congested international flight paths and left thousands of travelers stranded in airports all over the Europe. Last eruption, 2010. Height, 1,651 meters. Number 3. Mayon Volcano, Albay, Philippines. Ask anyone to draw a volcano, and they'll quite likely sketch something which closely resembles the Mayon volcano in the Philippines. For a volcano, as far as its shape goes, it is probably one of the best formed and most symmetrical of volcanoes anywhere in the world. Its classic conical configuration is so perfect it's a geometer's dream. It's also well practiced at erupting and has been doing it on a regular basis over the past decade. It's the Philippines' most active volcano and has recently splurged lava fountains from its peak to heights of 500 meters. The Mayon volcano's perfect shape is unique, but considering the amount of volcanic activity it undergoes, that could change any time. Last eruption, 2018. Height, 2,463 meters. Number 2. Mount Fuji, Tokyo, Japan. It may be over 300 years since Mount Fuji in Japan erupted, but it is still classified as an active volcano. It looms over the city of Tokyo and is Japan's highest peak. If any volcano could be labeled as multi-purpose, then it would be Mount Fuji. Its stark formation has creatively inspired writers and artists, it's been worshipped as a shrine, is a paragliding takeoff point, and is also used as a ski resort in winter. Last eruption, 1708. Height, 3,776 meters. Number 1. Mauna Loa and Kilauea, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, Hawaii. When Hawaii does volcanoes, it doesn't do them by halves. The Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is not only where Kilauea, one of the world's most active volcanoes is, but also where Mauna Loa is found. Mauna Loa is the daddy of all volcanoes and holds prime position on the list of biggest volcanoes in the world. Kilauea, not to be too overshadowed, is a mean beast of a volcano which has been continually erupting since the early 1980s. Visit the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and you'll be in one of the most volcanically volatile locations in the world. Last eruption, 1984. Height, Mauna Loa, 4,169 meters.